Okay everyone, what's going on? I haven't made a video in a really long time just because, well, I've been kind of busy with life and I'm still kind of busy, but I thought this would be a good idea to write this video. Well, technically not write it, but talk about it. I know I've been doing a lot of Bang Bravern content. Not recently. I think the last time I did was like maybe episode 3, and it's not like I didn't like it. I did really enjoy it, and again, I'm already caught up and everything, and I mean, I just overall I didn't feel like there was a video that I could write a review, because I guess just because there's so much to digest, it was kind of hard to discuss about the show. So these few episodes, I guess in a way, they've been really interesting, and again, they're fun to watch, and my brain was pretty turned off by watching them. But I thought this would be good to talk about this episode, because this episode was really interesting and had a really plot twist. So I thought it'd be good to get into it. So let's get to it right now. So as you can see here, we have from the last episode was Lewis Smith actually kind of died. He sacrificed himself to basically to save everyone, and that was the last thing we heard. So as you can see here, Isami was really shocked. He's like, what the fuck, so that was already huge, no. But if you watch the opening, and if you watch the opening of the show, we all know Lewis Smith is not going to die. We already knew that. And, how do we know that? Well, this is something I'll get into later. But as you can see here, this is very important, this scene. So I kind of already knew from the scene. It was already like, okay, he's going to come back. And if you look at the outline, this person actually looks really familiar. If you don't know, well, not this one, but it's the one they were fighting before. It was like that robot lady. So you'll find out in a little bit. And, they kind of talk actually. So that really, it's not what I thought it was going to be, but it definitely had a little plot twist. So anyway, so that happens, and then after that, again, where they're having their battle right now with, Bravern, just having a little, battle going on. He's like, calm down, and of course, again, Isami is just freaking shocked out of his mind, and he's, getting defeated almost right here, and he's just kind of going crazy. And then this is the crazy part. You see Lewis, he's basically dead. Yeah, I think he's in maybe limbo, and it's a really interesting episode because you're just like, oh, and he even says, God damn it. Let me see the English. I forgot what the English was part, but let me hear this part. Let me hear it. So it's like, what does he say? English is great. So anyway, so that happens. So pretty much he's dead right there. And then from here, we kind of just learn a bit about his backstory, how he always wanted to be a hero, and of course, come as a kid, ever since a kid, like he wanted to be a hero. His parents died, and then he went in the military, and it's something he always wanted to do. And of course, again, he talks about how he always wanted to fight with Isami. And this is when it gets pretty crazy, right here. And of course, he sees, the waifu robot chick. So she is alive, I guess, in a way, or also in limbo. And so here's what I thought was going to happen. I thought Lewis was going to be inside her, or I didn't think he was technically dead. I just thought they were just in another world, teleported. And so, he finds out now they can attain death. So, basically they are dead. But the crazy thing about this, so she's like super like horny, it's like super funny, but he's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. So this is when it kind of gets crazy, is that like he doesn't want to go and die yet. So basically his will, and this is kind of crazy, like his will, he doesn't want to be dead. And of course, oh look, feet right there. So then he goes off, and so this is when it gets kind of weird, and I'm just kind of like, how the hell does this happen? So long story short, he goes almost back in time, where you find out he ends up being the Bravern. So this is him. Now this is kind of also interesting. Is it the same voice actor, or is it different? So this is him. This is Lewis Smith. And it kind of makes sense, because if you're watching the series, in the beginning he's like, oh, and it's kind of weird, right? You notice that he just comes out of nowhere, saving them, and then when Lewis, the one in the past, goes, hey, like, I can pilot you, he says, no, it has to be Isami. And you start to realize how that happened, and it's a really crazy plot twist, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, did they really need to go that route? And it was kind of weird to me. So yeah, he ends up somehow consciously going back in time and becoming Braven somehow. I still don't understand how that works, and maybe they'll explain in the next episode. But so that happens, and then it kind of fast forwards to, or I guess it kind of gives us a little recap of his point of view, Lewis's point of view of like, oh, let's help you, I'm gonna help you, let's go fight, blah blah blah. So that happens, and then goes up to all the way till, well, you know, to present time. So they finally get there, and the crazy thing is he's all losing all hope, but of course Braven helps out, and I don't think anyone knows that it's Lewis. And this is when it's kind of like, you know, they're trying to figure everything out. And again, I think Isami's just kind of not in his game, and so is, you know, Braven as well. So then in the end, they end up figuring it out, and they ended up fighting. They ended up winning. They defeat them, and you know, so I think it works out. Oh, and this is the cool part. So they get like a freaking new fusion. So they fuse with the new, I guess, new mech, I guess. And so, and it's crazy too. So I just realized this makes total sense why Braven has his own print lab, or I guess 3D printer, because remember, Lewis is also a builder too. He's also a builder, and you've seen his room. So this makes perfect sense, and how he became Braven. So this is Lewis. So Lewis is fucking Braven, and it's the crazy thing. It's pretty crazy. And then of course Brave Fusion happens. This was really cool. I really thought this was pretty freaking awesome, pretty sick. This is like freaking Liger kind of style from you know, if you watch the Gun and Build Fighters Try, you know, if you know what I'm talking about, the Tryon Z. So it's kind of gives me those vibes for sure. So yeah, anyways, they fuse, they obviously defeat, and again, and the cool thing is that in this episode, in the end, you know, they defeat, you know, the enemies. Braven doesn't reveal that he is Lewis, and I don't think they will. And if he does, you know, Lewis has finally become what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a defender, to help out, and to be with Isami to save the world. So he hasn't told Isami that he is Lewis. So I think that's something later on they're gonna figure out, or they're just gonna keep it secret forever. But this is so badass. So this fight scene was really cool. Took him out, and yeah, this makes perfect sense. And so yeah, they never find out, and then you find out at the end, you know, like I think Lulu might know. It sounds like maybe Lulu knows that it might be Lewis, but we don't know. And of course, and this is when, you know, of course, when he's about to mention something, he's about to say his name, but he says, "I'm Bravon." So I kind of wonder, is it the same voice actor or is it different? So it's Bravon because, you know, he reveals who he is. So that's how the episode ends. And of course, in the end of the episode, Lulu actually asks the other dude to pilot, and then Lulu wants to pilot now. So that's how the episode ends. Again, a really good episode. So I'm gonna try to bring back these episodes and try to do more reviews / recaps or whatever you want to call it. But I really like this episode. So far, this series has been great and fantastic, and I know a lot of us have been really liking them. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video, and if this is your first time here, be sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey, I was watching that.